Hey everybody, happy Monday, Miracle Monday. Isn't it a miracle today to have a Monday? Yay for Monday. So we're going to do a product review on two different things, a magnesium supplement and an electrolyte add-in. I'm going to do two of them for a very specific reason, and one of them is because we need to be mindful of how we're replacing our electrolytes. And I found two really good products just to throw these out there for you. So there are four electrolytes. We need them. And the dog chewing on a bone is distracting. Hey! So my dog Chevy, who had major surgery of a bowel obstruction, is doing really well, and he's chewing on an antler bone instead of a tree trunk. Okay, so electrolytes are really, really, really important. Hi. Antler bone. Electrolytes are really important. And so there's a lot of products that are coming out or have been out that have had all of the electrolytes together, and sometimes that's not going to be good for everyone. And so what we're talking about is magnesium. You have to be very mindful of what kind of magnesium you're getting, what version, if it's oxide, citrate. You don't want any oxide. So a nutritional product or a sports product that puts oxide in there or says citrate on the front, but it's actually like 75% oxide on the back, not what you want. EFS is a tri-fuel that had a lot of magnesium in it. I think it might have been 34% of whatever they were saying the daily recommended was. And so in my experience, I liked it until I didn't. Usually I could do a half Ironman before I had major issues I need to find a Porta-John right now. The amount of magnesium in a supplement can stimulate, magnesium stimulates the bowels to be looser. So it is just super duper smarter to have magnesium supplement outside of racing and training. If you're needing to take in magnesium when you're racing and training, it means you're behind. So you need to invest outside of what you're fueling with to get ahead on the magnesium. Magnesium is so stupid for health and stupid important that you don't want to have to take it while you're exercising in order to not cramp up. Cramping up while you're exercising means you're seriously low. So fix the problem, don't band-aid it. And then magnesium when you're exercising, especially at the half Ironman level, can introduce a lot of GI risk, especially if you don't have 100% perfect gut health. Okay, your gut is going to do different things with different versions of magnesium depending on how healthy your gut is and what it is, and everybody's going to be completely different. It just is what it is. So I'm not going to say the names. Yes, I will. So Gatorade Gatorlights have a lot of magnesium in them, 100 milligrams per serving, which is a lot per serving, especially if you're doing a lot of servings. You could end up getting too much magnesium for a normal person. 800 milligrams of sodium. That's off the chain, and you are going to have GI issues. Additionally, the last time I looked, Gatorade Gatorlights had the wrong version of magnesium, and it was an oxide, so not completely bioavailable. More of a GI stimulant, like say you're going to go have a when they go look up there, colonoscopy, they give you mag oxide so you poop your pooper out. Just saying. Iron Cowboys anti-cramp stuff is the same thing as Gatorade Gatorlights. You want to take your magnesium outside of racing and training, and for your bone health and hormonal health and just mental health and heart health and all this stuff. You don't want to be behind. And so use your training to tell if you're behind. Supplement outside of racing and training. And the best way to do that is to take a good magnesium supplement. This one is a magnesium potassium aspartate, the Now brand. This one's good stuff. And so if you were to look on the back of the label, number one on a magnesium supplement is how many pills are you going to need to take in order to get like 400 or 500 milligrams. This one is 250 per serving, and 2 capsules are 250. So I try to get in about 500 milligrams a day, so I'm taking 4 of them. They're all going to kind of be like that because we're a little bit behind the times on FDA recommendations, etc. Okay? Plus, you need to pay attention to what your body needs because your sweat rate is different than your neighbors, and your sweat concentration is as well, and that's where you're losing your electrolytes. Okay, this one also has potassium in it, 100 milligrams of potassium, which is fine, and you can safely take up to 400 or 500 milligrams of potassium a day. After that, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself because too much potassium can cause you serious troubles like bradycardia. Bradycardia is the heart rate going down or stop the heart. Too much potassium in a too much will stop the heart. Per Grey's Anatomy. No, seriously, it will. So that's generally why there's not a lot of potassium in supplements, but they're starting to add them in. Taurine is in here. It's really good for the brain. Ta-da! Cardiovascular health. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So this one is a really good magnesium supplement. Amazon it if you want. Okay. Outside, so if you're getting restless legs or you're getting cramping in the pool, if you can get in the pool, or at night, or today I was cramping a little bit when I was doing a weightlifting thing with my feet. I was putting my feet and flexing my foot in a handle to do a hamstring, and my foot was cramping, so that's me saying, ooh, I'm getting behind in magnesium, so I will double up my magnesium for a while, like a month, to get it back up. Magnesium, calcium, stuff like that, if you're behind, you need to invest 6 months, a year of getting it back up to where it needs to be, and then never stop taking it again. That's what I see all the time with people. Oh, it's good, it's great, heck yeah, da 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 da, and then they stop taking it, and then the issues come back. Okay, moving on to the product review for Liquid IV. Liquid IV is the shit. It is awesome. It is not green. It comes in this package with like 30 servings in it. And they're here in this, and the packaging, I don't know what they're doing with their packaging, but you can't rip it with your hand. You have to use your teeth. And the way that they did it is so retarded because they put the perforation against the little flappy thing, so it's hard, and you're using your teeth, and you have to do it in 2 ways unless you remember to do it the other way. Silly, silly, silly. If you're using this during racing, you would want it either open outside or stop and put your wits about you and do it then. Okay, outside of the packaging and the fact that it's not green, this stuff is really wonderful. The flavors are good. I like passion fruit. They have lemon lime. They now came up with a birthday cake one that's super sweet. I don't like it, but super sweet people would. And acai berry. The lemon lime is good too. I don't like the acai berry, but you could try it and you could get a sample pack. The reason why this is so good for electrolytes is because it comes with 500 milligrams per serving of sodium, which is really awesome. About half of the sodium, 2/3 the sodium needed to change a bike bottle of water into 1%, which that's what we're trying to do. If you're dehydrated, you're getting 1%. We need to think about our water and offsetting all the water that we drink with sodium to make it roughly 1%, and that's from our nuts and our food and what we add into our water. It has roughly 400 milligrams of potassium to go with that, so you have to start adding this into your life and see how that goes. I can do 2 a day and feel completely amazing. It has 45 calories in it, and so that comes from the added sugar. It's sugarcane, organic sugarcane, I think. Nope, just says pure sugarcane, and it has dextrose in it. So it has 12 carbs in it, 45 calories, 11 grams of added sugar. And that is because you can't cover up the taste of sodium and potassium at all. You have to add stuff into it. That stuff tastes awful. You know what salt tastes like. Okay. It also has a nice mix of vitamin Bs, which is really good for dealing with heat, training, stress, life, etc. So it's a definite good thing to add in on the daily. Like two of these a day would be wonderful. I do one of these before a really long hot day, a really long something. I have these in case of emergency with me in my bike because of the amount of sodium, the potassium, and just all the other stuff for me. And I have practicing with this. A great pick-me-up. Like last year at Ohio, the 70.3, which turned into a shit-tastic, stressful day, and it was hot. I had this in transition with a caffeinated, highly caffeinated drink, and it was a wonderful pick-me-up. Okay, Liquid IV, a little on the expensive side. However, a little bit better quality product than some things coming out, and especially those things that have too much magnesium in them and too much of the wrong kind of magnesium in them. So you want to be mindful of that. Magnesium you want not oxide, and you need to be very cautious about adding in a lot of magnesium when you're racing and training. And just because some fancy schmo can do that doesn't mean that it's good for everybody. Try it out, but be cautious about that because too much magnesium will cause you to poop. Have a great day, people.